Hey guys, it's Plinko here, and today I have more Black Ops 3 Call of Duty Zombies for you guys. Today we are on Gorod Krovi, the new Zombies map in Black Ops 3. So we're actually going to be looking at the boss fight today and just kind of detailing some helpful information for you guys. I will have a full Easter egg guide up on my channel later today. I'm working on that right now. And I will go ahead and throw that up as well, so make sure you check that out. I'll have it linked in the description. So one thing worth noting here, we're about to drop down. You have to drop down right here to get to the boss fight, but I will explain all of that in the full tutorial for you guys. There was a death barrier right there, but I think they have patched that because we had no problem. So one thing worth noting though is that this is our first attempt at the boss fight. So we had none of us had ever been in this area before. This was our first time getting here, and as you will see here in a second, two of us realized after we got here that we forgot to grab a shield. So two of us have no shield, which is no good. And you'll see why here in a minute. But anyways, so we fight on through this. So what we're doing right here is we got one person to train up the zombies and just kind of run the whole group around while the rest of us checked out the area, because none of us had been here before, and we're kind of coming up with a strategy and a game plan of what we were going to do and how we were going to do this, and just kind of seeing where the barriers were, and maybe this is a safe zone and whatnot. And what we did find out is that once the dragon comes up, there's two parts to the Easter egg. There's two parts to the boss fight. There's a dragon you have to fight, and then you have to fight Nikolai towards the end, which you'll see why here in a little bit. But so for the dragon actually breathes fire down, and this whole area catches on fire, and you cannot be in that. Well, the four corners are kind of safe zones from that fire, and I will show you that here in just a moment. But so I think we're about done checking out all of this this area a little bit. And so you actually have to press this red button in the middle of the map to start the, or in the middle of the area to start the boss fight. So I think they just pressed that right there, and now we get more stuff spawning in, and eventually we get this dragon coming in. But so here's Nikolai. He's helping us at first. So right now he's going to help us defeat this dragon and shoot off some of these zombies, I believe. Now you do have to be careful. It didn't happen in this game, but I have heard people saying that if you get too close to Nikolai, even in this first part, he can step on you and kill you instantly. So you do not want to get close to Nikolai at all. So this is what I was talking about with why you want a shield for this boss fight, because the first half of this, almost the entire area is covered in fire, and obviously with a shield that helps out a lot because you can pull it out and walk through the fire. So this is when I noticed, me and another guy both noticed that we forgot to get a shield right there, which kind of sucked, but at least the other two guys had shields, and we did pretty good at reviving each other. So that brings me to another point, which is the shadow claws. So I know they kind of suck and nobody wants them, but for this boss fight it is essential to have these. So we had two people with shadow claws, and what these do is if you upgrade them, you can actually shoot them at each other and revive each other without having to hold square or the revive button and wait however many seconds. You can just run by and shoot him. So that helps a lot, as you'll see here in a little while. When everybody starts going down, me and this other guy are just reviving people like maniacs. So we kind of were the medics of the group, and then the other two were providing most of the firepower. And obviously when we're not reviving people, we were also providing some firepower and whatnot. So I was having to stay in these corners, which was intense because I had no clue this was going to be happening, and I had no shield, so this fire was really screwing me up here. But fortunately the other two guys with shields were holding it down for us and taking out this dragon. So this dragon now, you'll see, as you can see, he has these glowing orange spots. Right now it's on his chest or his stomach right there. That's where you want to be shooting him. And you'll get a hit marker, to confirm that you are doing damage. and that orange spot will move around as you progress through the boss fight. So after you damage it enough on his chest, it'll move up to his neck and then his mouth or something. So just keep following that around and putting as much firepower as you can on that. But take your time, man. I mean, you should have plenty of time. There is a max ammo in the middle of the map whenever you need it. So remember that and grab that whenever you need it. And just kind of run around. We were all kind of running. Our plan was to all run counterclockwise. Obviously, we strayed from that if we had to, because when shit hits the fan, you just got to do what you got to do, obviously. But I really didn't think this boss fight was as hard as everybody was saying it was. Obviously, it was probably harder at first for the people who had no clue what they were doing. We had a little bit of help with this. We were a few days late, but it's all good, man. We're in no rush. We're just having fun with this, and just love playing zombies. So there you go. So now after you shoot, I think there's like 3 different glowing areas on that dragon. After you damage those enough, they are done, and then you get this little mini cutscene from Nikolai.
You need to calm your big Russian ass down, Nikolai. The dragons, the German war machine, this whole nightmare. We can end it all today. We just need you to stop all the craziness. Do exactly what we say.
A true Russian never surrenders.
So as you can see, Nikolai turns on you right there, and that is why you have to end up fighting him for this second part of the boss fight. So this is a lot more of a pain in the ass than the dragon, because he moves around, he jumps, he deploys these wraps that roll around on the ground and kill you. If you're not familiar with multiplayer, he shoots these little shock charge things. He has, on top of having a Gatling gun, and he shoots rockets, I believe. So, and he can also step on you. So on top of Nikolai, you also have these manglers spawning in, and that is where I wanted to bring up the mangler helmet. So 3 of the 4 of us have the mangler helmets on, because I had heard that there were a ton of manglers in the boss fight, so we chose to go that route, and I would recommend that route over the wings. I know a lot of people like the wings because it gives you less damage from the fire. You take less damage from the fire from the dragon, but in my opinion, the fire was not as much of a problem as the manglers were. Here at the end, manglers spawn everywhere, and they're running full speed, and so those were a lot more of a pain in the ass. Obviously, these Mark III ray gun will help out a lot. I would obviously recommend one of you getting that. Only one of you can have that, unfortunately, but I think the other 2 providing firepower were, I think they had LMGs, upgraded LMGs, and I think one of them actually had an L4 Siege and an XM53, so he was just providing a ton of firepower, but super helpful, obviously. And like I said, me and the other guy were just running around reviving people and providing firepower when needed. So with Nikolai, though, it's basically just like the dragon. He has glowing orange areas on his mech unit that you want to aim for, and that is the only way you can damage him. You'll know you're hitting these, again, when you get these hit markers, and it wasn't too bad. You just got to be careful, kind of stay away from each other, try to space out. We kind of just were trying to run counterclockwise, and just take them out, And again, don't try to rush through this. Take out the manglers would be my suggestion. What we were doing, or what I was doing, was running around taking out manglers, and then 2 of the other guys were just focus firing on Nikolai, and me and the other guy were just taking out these droids and manglers. And then, when we had nothing else to do, we would just fire on Nikolai. And it works pretty well, I'd have to say. And again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have the shadow claws. They're not, they're not required. You can obviously do it without them, but it's so much of a help. And another thing is, if you have a group of 4 to do this with, the entire Easter egg and in the boss fight is way easier with a full group, or even 3 people. Trying to do it with 1 or 2 people is a pain. I have tried and gotten decently far on solo with this Easter egg, but the challenges earlier on the Easter egg are a pain solo, and obviously this is going to be a pain solo. So if you have a group of 4 people to play with, I would recommend that, or find a group of 4. A lot easier in multiplayer, believe me. So again, just shoot these glowing orange things, and here at the end, the last one is really hard to see on Nikolai. You can see it right there on his nose. A lot of people are failing the boss fight because they don't see that, because it's kind of hard to see at first. But once you get real close to him, you'll see the nose on his mech unit is lit up and glowing. And I kind of saw that here in a minute because we weren't getting hit markers on him, and we were afraid to keep shooting because we didn't want to waste our ammo. But there it is right there on his nose. You can see it, and I just focus fire on that nose, and I think that is the last of Nikolai. So yeah, so that's it, guys. I went ahead and cut out the cutscene because I didn't want to spoil it for anybody. I, for one, like to wait until I finish the Easter egg to watch the cutscenes. So I will have that linked in the description, though. If you guys would like to check it out, go for it. Jump over there. But yeah, that's gonna be about it, guys. I really appreciate you guys' support. If you did like the video, make sure you leave a like. And if you want more zombies content, obviously make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I will have tons of stuff in the future coming out. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Adios.